I am so excited about the new filters that are coming out for several of our water ionizers. We'll be able to fit these filters in them. And you can go to the blog post that I'm creating to find out which water ionizers will fit these new filters. But this is great filtration that these new filters will do. They're called UltraWater filters, and they're basically using space technology, which is actually in progress right now, being developed for astronauts and whatnot, to be able to exist in outer space. For any period of time, they would need to have viable water supply, and naturally you cannot lift that much weight worth of water up into outer space. So space technology is using filters that are so fine that they can basically filter urine and other, waste products, sweat and whatnot, and just filter that and make it clean water. So this water is going to remove so many contaminants, you will be amazed, and that's what this video is all about. Now, here's just an inside view right here of the cartridge that is what the water actually has to permeate through to be cleaned. And I think what I'm seeing here in the diagram is the water comes in around, and it has to permeate through this filter and then go into this central cylinder and then come up to be into the ionizer and whatnot. So it's going to be replaceable cartridges that can go into the filter. So the filter itself is going to be able to unscrew, and you'll be able to put this cartridge in. So this is not going to be expensive. Actually, I'm hoping, I don't have any pricing yet, but I am really hoping that it's going to be cheaper. So this is going to be a big boon for water ionizers, for this filter to be able to be put into any of these ionizers. And it's, like I said, not going to fit every ionizer, but many of them. All right, now I just want to show you the laboratory testing, because literally when the technicians got this testing back, they were so impressed, and so am I. I can't do cartwheels, but I would if I could. This is just so exciting to me. I will be buying my UltraWater filter the second that it is available on the market. I've been told it's going to be maybe 3 weeks or so. I'm hoping for the 3 weeks and just drop the or so. But I don't really know 100%, so I'll just tell you what I was told. Now, here are the typical contaminants that will be in water: chlorine. And here is the level that will be removed: 99.99. In other words, it will be a non-detectable amount of chlorine when you're finished. Now that is every form of chlorine, including chloramine, which is just so exciting to me. I just can't stand it, because chloramine is chlorine plus ammonia, and traditionally it has been one of the hardest things to get out. Here's another hard one to get out, and it's called fluoride. Fluoride is erroneously added into your water a lot of times by your municipality, not realizing that it is toxic. And there's been a lot of reports about this and research and everything else, but some municipalities just haven't gotten the message, and Uncle Sam hasn't necessarily delivered it properly either. So the problem with fluoride is it's linked to things like Alzheimer's and learning disabilities. It's similar to lead. So another problem with fluoride is it's difficult to remove. If you go and look at a periodic table of elements and look at where fluoride is on the chart, it's right next to oxygen. So it's a very tiny element, and oxygen is not removed from filters, and therefore fluoride is by the same way. It's just not easily removed. You have to trap it in there with a chemical bonding process. You have to attract it with something that fluoride is attracted to, and then it sticks to whatever that filter media is, and then it gets removed that way. Well, these UltraWater filters are removing 99.99% of the fluoride. Now, that's not to non-detectable levels. That's better than having a whole filter of the fluoride media. And this is just one of the elements that it's getting out. All right, so nitrates, nitrites. Here's some more: aluminum, antimony, arsenic, barium, all the heavy metals. And I'm not going to list them all out, but every single heavy metal is getting out to non-detectable levels. Actually, aluminum is only 68.92%. So that's not normally in your water, but if I mean, it's not as high as the rest. What they did to create this report and to create this test was they stuck all this stuff in the water, and they mixed it all up, and they had all this junk way higher than anybody ever would find in their water, in their municipal water, even in their well water. They just loaded the water up with all kinds of junk, and I'll show you later, a whole ton of pharmaceuticals, and then they ran the water through this filter and ionized it, and out came the resultant water. So you're seeing what is what you would be getting. Another thing that's not a little bit less than 99.99% is boron. So anyway, I'm not sure why those two didn't come all the way out like the others. But here's a bunch of other contaminants: manganese, molybdenum, mercury, 99.99%. Of course, I doubt that it'd be in your water anyway, but if you had well water, it might, and it's good to know it's out. Nickel is one that's often in water. It's a contaminant, and so it's out. So, all right, so we're all of these different metals. Now we're going to go to all the different varieties of volatile organic. Every single kind of volatile organic is going to be removed to non-detectable levels, and a little tiny bit detectable on the dichloroethane, whatever that is, if you had that in your water, but it's mostly out. This is so much better than any other filter. I just can't, I hate to pick on these little things that aren't coming out, but I'll mention them. All right, see, these are some more organics, and I'm just going to call them organics, because most of this is not going to be in your water, but you'll find some form of organics in your water. Let's go down to, these are still all just organic contaminants. Here are just other chemicals and various things. Isopropylbenzene and whatnot, methylene chloride. So just various chemicals. Let's continue, because this is going to go on. This one is very interesting. These are just compounds they added to the water that, there's been studies and tests recently in the last decade showing more and more municipalities are coming up with all kinds of very concerning pharmaceuticals in their water. And very, all the variety of pharmaceuticals is just a quite concerning thing to me. I just don't want any of that stuff. So anyway, here's a whole list of pharmaceuticals, hormones, estrogenic hormones, steroid hormone, blah, 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 all these hormones. Now here's analgesics. These were all added in great quantities to the water and all removed 99.99%, which is what I'm saying is there was nothing left in the to detect when it was tested. Analgesics, they even have brand names like ibuprofen and phenazone and acetaminophen and let me see. Then we've got prescription drugs, analgesics, anti-anxiety, anti-asthmatic drugs. All these things are, people are taking and they're in your body. So where's it going to go? When you go to the bathroom, that's where it's going to go. It's going to go back into your water supply somehow, whether it seeps down to the water table or whether it just gets recycled with filtration. It's going to be in your water supply. And believe me, your water company is not using UltraWater filtration yet. So maybe they will someday. All right, so we've got anticonvulsants, anti-seizure, antibiotics, whole lot of different brand names on these antibiotics, all bringing it down to non-detectable except for whatever this is. Hopefully you can read it. Anyway, there's a tiny bit detected on that one, but all the rest are just non-detectable. More antibiotics, anti-cholesterol. Okay, well a lot of people are getting that, which, by the way, don't do it. There's just water ionizers. That's how I'll tell you what. It's a great way to handle cholesterol. I hate to even say anything medical though, because it's not supposed to be, marketed that way. All right. So anyway, let's see. What am I skipping here? Beta blockers, if that makes any sense to anybody. Blood thinner, calcium blocker, enzymes, heart medication. I'm impressed by the amount of drugs and the quantities. This is large amounts. So all these different sulfa drugs, muscle relaxants. Okay, and more sulfa drugs, more anti-anxiety. Then we've got caffeine, nicotine, stimulants, analgesics, more antibacterials. I guess this is what you put on your skin. Mosquito repellents. Oh, and we've got a bunch of preservatives. Oh, herbicides. This is very good because, all these farmers are using herbicides. Where's that going to go? That's going to go into your water table, and that's going to go into your water. It's all coming out 99.99%. Wow, I hate to say that over and over again. That kind of sounds too repetitive. I'll try to figure out another way to say that. It's just all coming out. You can see how excited I am. I'm going to buy two of these, one for each side of my Athena. All right, so we got more herbicides. And now we've got degradate. I'm not sure what that is. Probably something farmers use. It seems to be in that category. Then more stuff like flame retardants, sugar substitutes. Wow. X-ray contrast agents. Well, anyway, this is such a wide variety. What it's telling me is you only have one periodic table of elements, basically. And out of that periodic table of elements, there are only so many elements. I can't remember how many, but I think it's 200 or less. Anyway, it could be more. But the point is various combinations of these elements are producing these various drugs, and they're all coming out at this level. So anyway, enough about that. I'm just going to show you one more thing. What does that mean for my water? And I haven't analyzed your water. If you want me to analyze your water, though, I will. Just give me a call or email me. But anyway, So I got a copy of my latest 2011 water quality report, and they were telling me that they test for 150 possible contaminants with St. Louis water, and traces of only 12 were detected. That's actually pretty impressive. I think the source, the water source that we get our water from is in the Missouri Ozarks. It comes down through the Missouri River, and before it gets to any real big city, it gets pulled out and then treated from there, and they do a pretty good job. All right, so but here's the contaminants that are left. There's arsenic in my water, just a tiny bit, barium, chromium, so such small amounts. But then fluoride, they of course add that to my water, and I want that out, and there it is, it's coming out. All the other ones are coming out as well. The nitrates, nitrites, that's pretty much, like coming from fertilizers probably. Lead is coming out, copper, iron. Chlorine, 100%, chloramine, which I'm just like so excited about that. And you know what? I just rounded that to 100%. But it is, it's coming out. All right, now, I don't have any radioactive elements in my water, but I called and asked the company, will it remove radioactive elements? Because sometimes I will come across people, like especially in the nuclear testing zones or whatever, or near mountains. A lot of times you just get natural radioactive elements just are in the rock, and so yeah, you're going to get some of that in your water. And no, the only thing that's going to actually remove radioactive elements is reverse osmosis, which is traditionally always the only filtration that will remove uranium or radium or any of those radioactive elements. All right, so it's not going to remove calcium. That's good. It's not going to remove hardness. Hardness is based on calcium. It won't remove magnesium or potassium. This is it's not going to remove sodium either. Now, if you have a whole house softener, you still will need a reverse osmosis if you want to remove that sodium. So that's just, we have not replaced the occasional need for reverse osmosis. But if you are one of those people who occasionally needs it, the system we sell is just amazing, and we'll remove it, and we'll do a great job, and it isn't difficult. So don't despair if you have something in your water that still needs reverse osmosis. Let's see. Turbidity. Turbidity is just how clear your water is. Like, is it cloudy looking or clear? And it does make it clearer. My water in St. Louis has perfect clarity, so I'm not going to see a difference because it's already clear. It will tiny bit lower the dissolved solids, probably because it's just taking some of these poisons out. But for the most part, it's not going to really have a change there. Now, as far as these questions have been answered. I have little question marks here, but I forgot. I did find the answers to these questions. Yes, it will take out atrazine, which is in my water. It will take it out 99.99, or basically 100%. It'll take out the trihalomethanes. It'll take out halosonic acids. All right. It is an organic carbon. The one thing, the bacteria. Okay, if you have coliform or some other form of bacteria, just let me know, because a 0.01 filter will remove that. But unless you have a 0.01 filter, just a regular carbon filter is just not going to remove that. So that's just one other thing. But you don't need a reverse osmosis or anything like that. All you need is just a very simple 0.01 micron filter. Sulfates, I'm trying to remember what his answer was on that. For the most part are removed, but if it's dissolved, I think he said only a certain percentage, like 80% or something, would be removed. Or maybe it was, you know what, I should have written that down. I'll add it to my blog post. So, but the main point is I'm just so ecstatic because all of the things, and I don't even think, I do have a little bit of sulfate in my water. I'm not concerned about sulfate. I'm concerned about fluoride. I'm so excited. And chloramine. I'm so excited about those things are the main things I've ever been concerned about in St. Louis water. So I am so excited about this. All right, well, I believe that concludes this, and so look at the blog post to see if you have a water ionizer that will fit the new UltraWater filter, and also I'll keep you updated. It's possible that they might just make a pre-filter type deal where the UltraWater filter would fit in that, in which case if they do, then this would be able to be used with any water ionizer to improve the quality. Okay? And I'll keep you updated as we go. Thank you.